So the music, man, My Balls and My Word, man, you know what I'm saying? That debut. How have your music evolved since then? Do you even care for the music as, you know, how you was back then?
The music I still love. We was talking about this yesterday. I don't like, you know, the beef and the bullshit. LL said this long time ago. The beef and the bullshit is the price of fame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know. We don't want all the shit. We want to stay one family, black neighborhood city. You know, it kind of force you to go out. You know what I mean? And in the sense of you can't. Everything ain't just under one umbrella. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, to have a fruit basket. You gotta pick up different trees. So that's kind of us. You know what I mean? And anybody else. You know, coming from where we come from. But the last solo album I did, I want to say 2018, right in the COVID time, the level of maturity and knowledge that, you know, that you grow into. You see what I'm saying? We come off the whim and just, you know what I mean? It's like hop with a pistol. You shoot till you learn how to shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I done grew to that level of spirituality and, you know, mentality and mentality and focus is something I always kind of wanted to do. Well, I did this record called Dare is a God, D-I-G in abbreviation, Dare, D-A-R-E-I-Z-A apostrophe and God.
Yeah.
In the COVID time, I kept seeing everybody dying in those multitudes. Me and my partner was saying the world ain't finna be here in a couple of years. If we keep dying 100,000, 200 a day run all the way, this shit ain't finna happen.
Yeah.
So I see from the rocket scientists to the doctors to whoever, nobody couldn't come up with something. So I said, what we forgetting is, yeah, so I did that record, long story. But to do a record like this, Turk, finally, it's jamming like all the rest of my record. It's like a ghetto gospel. Y'all love it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm still talking street hood, but saying, hey, then it's dark out of this night, whoop whoop. If it wasn't for this dude,
Come on now.
When them police beat me, stomped me, I was in front of a church and I watched the sun. You know what I mean? Come down. I said, what y'all gonna do? They couldn't. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. I watching different episodes. This the thing we know about God and our inner self. You can say this, that, and the other, church or no church, but there come a time where you're gonna have where you can't call mama. Like I said, my mama had headphones on.
Yeah.
And he gonna reveal himself to your brain and make a way out of no way.
Damn right.
So I always gave back to God. As gangster as it is, as ferocious, I'm always mentioning. And if you really study that path of those prophets, Moses, they wasn't to play with.
I feel like God is gangster, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you think about like all the people that was like affiliated in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From Moses to Paul. You know, he was Saul before he was Paul.
Samson.
You know, Jonah, Samson.
Yeah.
You know, David. Like all of these people, man, really like was just like us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was a guy on YouTube, and I don't want to say his name, but he know who he was. But I did a rap and they was trying to like say, cause I'm always talking about God, you know what I'm saying, how it changed and this, that. And they trying to say, well, I just saw you doing a video and you doing your hands like this. I don't respect you no more and this, that. Like what you gotta say with people that say, okay, you come from this gangster way, but now you talking about God, but soon when you do something that remind them of your past, they wanna criticize you and call you a hypocrite. Like do you deal with that? What you think of people that criticize us, they think we perfect once we start talking about God?
Right, of course. And this the thing, you know, I relate, and you know, like this might be off brand for anybody, but in a sense you can relate Christ to what Eazy-E was saying. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
Facts.
I tell a nigga, leave Jesus alone. Fuck the message, fuck the messenger, get the message.
Facts.
Yeah.
Get the whole point. Nobody record when he went behind the tree and took a piss. They don't even talk about that like it don't exist.
Yeah.
So you have to read between the lines other than what's in the scripture. In this perfect lily white world, they make us to believe. You can say that all those guys you just mentioned was killers. David was an innocent child that killed the giant and grew up and continued to kill, and all the way into Saul.
Facts.
Samson killed 1,000 men in a day, and God still loved it.
Moses,
Weak, man.
Come on.
You can't have no pussy ass arm, excuse my friend.
You damn right.
Yeah, man. So when you recognize that, we have the tendency to see beyond what they trying to paint for us, you know what I mean? So that's gonna always be contradictory. What I tell people is this: we still in that war from the heavens. That fell down here until that's corrected. He started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he the Alpha and the Omega. And if you really truly believe that, The battle is mine, said the Lord. All we can do is do our part. What I don't do is judge and be a hypocrite and point the finger at nobody, especially if I'm coming from the whole thing of coming from tragic situations to triumph. It's that walk across that bridge.
Facts.
I had to say Ronald Reagan or Nancy Reagan at the time, Reaganomics in the 80s, couldn't come together and say no to drugs. You ain't have a dope fiend in your family. You don't know about this problem. It's like a doctor. They ain't go to school. How they gonna operate on you? So it's, you know what I mean? Some people hold you locked into your past.
Facts.
Because of their inflictions, and they trying to find the answer that they want you to be. You can't live nobody's life but your own life. You see what I'm saying? There's a passage in Proverbs, I forget what it is, that say you could be walking a straight path and 1,000 could fall dead at your right, 10,000. You keep on your shit, man.
Damn right.
So that's how I live with that, my brother. Yeah.
Facts. So what about like podcasting, reality TV? Do you see yourself like going in that direction, spreading the message that you're pushing these days, or you don't rock with that?
Absolutely. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up and do an interview with you. And if you open to it,
I'm here for
part
it.
of a podcast broadcast station that's in Houston called Bangin' 832 Radio. I'm going into my 6th year in November.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And it was the type of thing where somebody asked me the same thing, and I was like, I had this opportunity with a guy named Tattoo Artiste in Colorado years ago, a real good friend of mine, Mexican tattoo artist. But I didn't want to waste his time, because to say I'm gonna be here, see how you do, and that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be here and you have to be accurate, like how you was talking, Vlad, and dropping shit every day.
Yeah.
I knew I was too busy, so I didn't want to waste my partner time.
Yeah.
So I explained this to shouts out to Harris and Bill, and homegirl Sean Trey from back home that made that whole connection, Baton Rouge to H-Town.
Yeah.
And what they said to me is, look, Bleed, let's just give it about 5 episodes and see how it works. And like I just explained to y'all, it's 6 years later.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I'm co-host, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's where, we are headed and where we are at right now, you know what I'm
sir.
saying? I
Yeah.
think, man, like we are the new, you know what I'm saying, radio station, you know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
They just
Absolutely.
directing the traffic, controlling the hip hop the way it's supposed to be. Like
Yes,
they
sir.
need, it's just like the ball game. When you playing ball,
Yeah.
after you finish ball, you go be a commentator, you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Right.
You're a coach of the
referee,
game, or
yeah.
you giving them the game as
Yes,
you
sir.
live the game, you
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? So
Right.
they need people like us, man. But
sir.
a lot of people look at it, they say, man, you ain't no rapper no more. You're a podcaster. You're a broke ass nigga. This,
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? What you think about rappers turning into podcasters? Like, do you think, is oversaturated? You know what I'm saying? You think shit that's something that need to be happening right now?
Absolutely. I feel like in our ways, each one teach one. Like, this go with the game. If it ain't for DJs, if it wasn't for radio DJ, club, house party DJ, it's the same thing. Like you say, now this is our new television station. And more independently, back then trying to get on the radio station and TV and all that, that's a whole nother gambit. But yeah, without that, all we had was magazines. You know what I mean? You couldn't get up close and personal with LA or whoever back then. You see what I'm saying? But now this gives us a chance to tell our story instead of what it is, biography already. You get it out the horse's mouth.
Facts.
Yeah.
When we dead and gone, they gonna paint your picture how they want you to look. So this
Come
gives
on
us
now.
an outlet to let you speak for yourself.
Telling them testimonies.
Telling them testimonies.
Stop turning them into
But-
messimony, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
gotta-
man. You feel
that's
me?
what
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
So that's necessary. I just say this here. Imagine somebody trying to get that biblical message out. You got to write 1,000,000 Bibles to how you get your. If they would have had what they had, you see what I'm saying? We know about a stories from cross seas, but now we don't have to travel and walk in sandals and get that message out to reach the people in the,
Facts.
Yeah.
in the time and space that you need to reach the people and get
Yeah.
the message. Fuck the messenger, get the message.
Yeah.
So this is very necessary.